A very good afternoon to all of you. In the previous video, I did article writing for you all, but that article writing was for articles on general topics, and I had given you the layout also, the topic, and then the byline that who has written it, then to introduce the topic, and then in the body of the article, the various the causes, the impact, and then the remedial measures. Now, same article writing can also be done for newspapers. Now, most of the parts are the same, but there is a slight variation, so I thought I'd better do it with you. So, when we have to write an article for the newspaper, we have the heading, okay? The heading is same. It should be catchy, interesting. Like, for example, I have taken the topic that you have to write an article on the school fete that was held, okay? So the title is School Fete, and to make it more interesting, a little dash and fun with a purpose. Then after that, we have the byline, just as we had in the other article writing general one. So the name, of the person who's written it, and then the only difference here is there in the general one we just had by and the name, okay? We just had by, okay? And sorry, I forgot to put the by. And the name. Here you have to have the name and, who the person is, the speciality, okay? The speciality. So here the speciality who, the person who has written this article is the school reporter, okay? An office bearer, a school reporter. And then we did not have the date in that general topic, which we took on the other day, pollution. But here we are going to, because we are writing about a particular event, okay? And that event took place, on a certain date and in a certain place, just as you have for report writing also, okay? So in this article you have by, I've taken on Shalini Gupta, then the speciality is the school reporter, then here we have the date. Then after that we leave a line. Then we leave a line. Then after that we have to write down the name of the place where that event took place, okay? So Shimla, and then the colon, and you begin your article writing straight away from there. Now, the various parameters that we have over here, the body, the paragraphs, okay, when we divide it. So we introduce the topic first, okay, in a very, very brief manner, and then we have to cover these aspects when you're writing for the newspaper. When you're writing an article for the newspaper, it should include who, what, when, where. That means they should answer these questions. The second paragraph moves on, and there we have to answer the questions why and how, okay, about that event. Then in the third paragraph, you could have quoted sentences of people, the witnesses around, the people who are present at that time. Like, you just ask somebody a question and what that person has said about that event, okay? And then in the fourth paragraph, we come on to the conclusion, and when we conclude it on a nice bright note, and everything with a little more information about the event for the readers, okay? So I'll just do it with you over here. For example, we've done the title, School Fete, and it's made more catchy, fun with a purpose, okay? And you can underline it, and it's better if you write down the heading in blocks, okay? Blocks or capital letters, okay? Then we leave a line after the byline. Then this is the place line, okay? We mentioned the place. Now, supposing it's happening elsewhere, or you're talking about an accident, you're giving, you're writing an article on a certain accident that took place. Then you could have your just a simple reporter, or you could have, a local correspondent or whatever, and then the place where it has occurred, okay? Then after that we leave a line, we come on here. Now you begin, the annual school fete is a much awaited event of the year. everybody looks forward to it. Or you could say that fairs in the olden days, fairs were the only means of recreation, and this is also a kind of a fair where everybody comes together to have some fun. Okay, but there is a little purpose behind it, and that is because these fetes, they are organized to generate funds for charity. Okay, so something like that. You just give it a brief introduction. Okay, then we have who, that means the school does it. And what does it do? It organizes this kind of a fete, a get together, a kind of a carnival. Okay, and when mostly, usually it is in the summer months or the months where we have tourists, and it's an open fete. Okay, it's an open fete, so outsiders are also welcomed. Okay, so generally in the summer months, when there are lots of tourists around, so that more and more people can come and enjoy themselves and contribute their little bit, in this manner. Okay, where, I mean, it's held in the school premises, the school grounds. Everything is arranged meticulously. Okay, and you have these tents, and you have these canopies, and there are stalls laid out and everything. You can give the details of various things. There are food items. Okay, then there is a request corner, then there is a jam session, then there is tambola, there are lots of games for children. You have the horse racing, you have the chocolate wheel, and so you can give various details in this first paragraph and the second paragraph. Okay, why and how, so the whole school comes together. Children are divided into various committees, the teachers are heading those committees, and it brings about a feeling of it's a great learning experience for children. They learn teamwork, they learn about teamwork, they learn about responsibility, they learn about organizational skills, they learn about decision making and promptness, in their activities. So everybody comes together. And then this is an opportunity where parents and grandparents also come to this fete, and it's a way of showing or letting children know that they care and that they're coming to these events, just because of their children. So they're taking out their valuable time and spending time with their children, and children also feel delighted when their parents come and visit these fairs, and when they go around with them, eating, dancing, playing games, and the jumping jack, the little ones are, there are long queues over there. So it's a great day filled with moments of togetherness, happiness. So all these kinds of things can be mentioned here. And you can also talk about, like, we talk about camaraderie. Okay, CAMARADERIE, camaraderie. That means camaraderie is mutual trust and friendship and coming together. Okay, it's an informal meeting here because parents are here. They do not discuss about their children and their academic progress or something like that. It's just time for fun and frolic, but it's a nice way to, as a school family, to come together. Okay, then you could ask somebody standing by that, what do they think about the fete, or what do they think about the food items, or if they want to give their comments on certain things, then you write down a person standing by, or the name of the person, or a child's parents said, comma, then reported speech comes there. Okay, reported speech, direct indirect speech that we talk about. And then you can write down that one of the parents said, and what they said, you can put that in quotes, okay, inverted commas. So you can record those statements of these people. Then finally you conclude that with a little more information, like here you can talk about, that why this event is basically organized. Of course it brings about a lot of development in the child, but then more important than that is to make the children aware of being sensitive to children or society who where there are lots and lots of people who are not so privileged as we are. So the funds that are generated, the money that is collected, that is handed over or used for charity. In various places, where the school has taken up other smaller schools, or there are orphanages, and we have taken up sisterly schools where very, very poor children are studying, where they don't get the basic amenities are not there, books are not there. So all that money is diverted towards the needs of these not so privileged and not so fortunate children or families or people. Or supposing there's a calamity, natural calamity, then that amount can also be diverted as a relief fund. Okay, so there you can give that information to the readers, that it is not only about that the school is making money or minting money, or they are sponging on other people's money like that. No, that is why in the topic it's given fun with a purpose. There's fun, the children are having lots and lots of fun. There's jam session, there's dancing, there's eating. I mean, you have a variety of eatables available, and everything is there, and old and young, and they're all there assimilated. Okay, so it's fun with a purpose. Here you can bring out the title by telling the readers the basic purpose behind it, because it involves a lot of planning, it involves a lot of people coming together, because it's a big event and you have to take the local administration into confidence. You have to take permission from them. You need a security, so you have to write to those people, that there should be security around, policemen around, to avoid any untoward incident or anything that happens. You have to look into your fire measures, safety measures. So a lot of planning and a lot of working goes into such an event. So all that can be done here. So we are teaching children how to plan, how to organize, how to go about things, and team spirit, how it wins in the end. Okay, so that is the kind of article writing for the newspaper, okay, as I've given to you over here. Now there are certain things we must remember, and for the newspaper article writing also, that it should be written in the third person, but in a formal voice, of course, and pronouns to be used like he, she, they, etc. Another thing that you should be very clear about is your coherence. Coherence means that the whole article should not look broken or in bits and pieces. There should be fluidity of thought. Fluidity means flow of thought, like for example, if you're trying to work out a recipe, okay, now supposing you're trying to tell somebody, you won't start with put it in the oven. You will start with first the ingredients, how to put these ingredients together, how to go about it step by step, okay, then only there will be coherence. If you say now add this, now do that, the person who's trying out the recipe will get all confused, okay, and the article won't make sense. So coherence or fluidity of thought has to be there. It should flow smoothly. The most important part should come first, and the less important fact should come a little later, okay. So coherence and fluidity of thought should be there. And remember, try to make write in simple language, and make small sentences, because the smaller the sentence, the less grammatical errors there will be. Sometimes you try to use bombastic words, very huge words, heavy words, and sometimes the context becomes wrong, and the children try to use those words sometimes, thinking that it'll make an impression on the examiner or something. But sometimes it doesn't work out, because sometimes the context becomes wrong, or it's not being used in the right sense or the right way. Okay, so it's better if you keep it simple and you use small sentences. And when the examiner is correcting papers, the examiner has lots and lots of papers to correct. So it's obviously that it's very difficult to go, read each and every line of every student. So the important part is to highlight the main points, the very important points that you want to convey, you want to put across. Highlight those, underline them, highlight them, so that the examiner immediately reads that and he knows, or she knows, that the child knows the matter, or the child's matter is up to the mark. Okay, and always adhere to the word limit. Don't exceed the word limit. It doesn't mean that if you write more, you'll get more marks. No, in fact, your marks get deducted. So the best thing is to know how much to write about something, and your paragraphs should not be more than 4 to 5 lines or things like that. Don't write very, very big paragraphs, and don't exceed the word limit. Okay. So this was just for today, a continuation of the previous video that I had uploaded. That was article writing on a general topic, and this was for the newspaper with a slight variation, and the byline, the name, and the speciality, and the date, and then leave a line, and then you begin from the place where the event or whatever you want to write about, the place where it is taking place or it has taken place. Okay. So for today, I think this much, and then we will continue with more topics on the general topics. So thank you very much for listening, watching, and God bless you all.